Voices from the forest. Real stories, wild and true. Wild and true. We're in it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. From the heart of Belize to you.
Hey, listeners, home and abroad. Welcome to another segment of Voices from the Forest. And today I have two of my colleagues here in studio today. Guys, welcome to the studio.
Hi,
So, to my right, I have my colleague.
my name is Rene Galindo. I am from Santa Marta Village. I have been working for CSFI for 12 years. I am currently serving as the Surveillance and Enforcement Coordinator from CSFI.
My name is George Peña. I am from Belize Village, Corozal District. I have been working in CSFI since 2018, and I am part of the research and monitoring team.
Guys, welcome to the studio. Thank you very much for joining us here today. Today they are here to help me share with you guys a little bit more about the patrolling and enforcement program, which is a pillar component of what makes CSFI. So through their experiences, they are going to share with us a little bit more about their work, what it's like being a ranger.
Okay, being a ranger is you have a big responsibility because you have to take care of the natural resources we have here in Belize, the nature, the wildlife, and we also have to take care of, let's say, biodiversity.
Did anything inspire you to become a ranger, George?
Yes, indeed. I always saw that, like for example, the illegal activities that were going around my village, let's say, because I said I'm from Louisville, and I always said to myself that in some point I want to help protect them.
Okay, that's very good. How about you, Rene? Did anything really inspire you to become a ranger? Or what it's like for you to be a ranger?
Well, what inspired me to be a ranger was having the opportunity to work with CSFI rangers as well. At that time, CSFI did hire persons to open boundaries in Freshwater Creek. So I had that opportunity to do an extra money. So I was there and I used to see the work the rangers do, and that did inspire me to become a ranger.
So you guys are here for the long run, right? So how can you guys, or what can you guys tell me a little bit more about how was CSFI back in the days? How has it grown? How have you guys grown over the course of the years?
Well, back in the days, the organization was really small. The group of rangers were like 15, 20, the max. But from that time to now, we were not managing the areas that we do manage right now. So our responsibility as the time pass are getting bigger and bigger.
Well, in my experience, when I first started, it was Shipstern and Freshwater Creek and Honeycomb National Park at that time. So, Shipstern was an area that was already controlled. We don't have a lot of illegal activities at that time, so we were more focused on protecting a Freshwater Creek for Reserve and Honeycomb National Park at that time, since we had a lot of illegal logging activities, hunting, fishing activities. Back those days, we had to do long hours of patrols. We were always encountering people inside doing illegal fishing, hunting, how I mentioned. So those days were really hard time for all rangers that work at that time, because honestly we have to do long hours conducting a day and night patrols. So at that time it was really challenging for
Yes.
us.
I can imagine how I mean, based on your experience, everything you are telling us, it was very challenging working with the communities, people that were coming in and doing these illegal activities. How do you think that has changed over the course of the years? What's the relationship you now have with the communities surrounding the protected area?
Well, since I am from Santa Marta village, I would say now the people from Santa Marta are now engaging more with us as well. They're understanding the work that we do. They are now compiling much more now. So I think we are really doing a difference when it comes to always doing like education and outreach program in the community in schools. So I think we are doing a great job.
I think so too, Rene. I think we've built stronger relationships, stronger bonds with the communities. I think a lot of that is attributed to the work of the rangers. And I mean, you said a lot about the different illegal activities and the different responsibilities you guys have as rangers in the field. George, can you tell us a little bit more about how is your experience within the patrolling and enforcement team? Do you think anything has changed since you first started compared up to today?
Yes. Well, I think that everything has changed since we started because our patrols, let's say we were doing a lot of patrols, taking care of the wildlife, taking care of the forest. But now, from that time to now, we have implemented new technology to our patrols. So we have like efficient tools or proper tools to gather this data because this data is really important to know what we have, why we are doing what we do, and what we are protecting.
That is excellent. So that means that this misconception that some people have that you guys are just out in the field throwing down bush, being macheteros, is that's not exactly true, right?
Well, I think that's what usually people say, that we are just only macheteros, but honestly, we do a lot of things out in the field. Like an example, maintaining boundaries. Let's say that is doing using a machete, right? But we usually install boundary signs as well. We have to document wildlife. Doing a lot of scientific research when, for example, we have partners that usually send persons that are, for example, we had an opportunity of having Henry here. He was one of our botanists. He used to teach George, who is now one of our, well, I would say our expert in identifying trees, right? So I think things have changed a lot.
That's very true. Yes, George. Can you tell us a little bit more about your experience? I remember you in this tree identification course a few years ago.
Yes, indeed. We get 2 weeks of training with Mr. Henry. He is they say, the botanist who taught me what I do right now and implemented in my work. Just let's say like a story. Just last week, a couple of weeks, we were doing conducting PSP. PSP are permanent sample plots, and those activities have to be in the field. We have to be documenting the trees, and suddenly I went to this white gumbo limbo. But when I realized, I saw that I was stepping just on a Ferdinand. So that was a scaring time and a story that I got from the film.
And how did you get out of that situation, George?
Even I don't know how because I just react like a cat and jump. But thanks, nothing happened. But that is the danger that rangers pass conducting our work, what we
Yes.
do.
But since that happened, we started using now integrating more equipment, right? Now the guys are using snake guards to prevent any bad situation, let's say, in the field, right?
Yes, that's really good and a very interesting story. So you know that people that when they go out in the field, they always have to be aware of
Mhm.
your surroundings. How about you, Rene? Do you have any maybe a scary experience as well, or some other experience that you would like to share?
Well, I had a lot of experience. I remember one day we were we went to just like a normal patrol, right? We went towards Corozal area, and then one of the rangers had orchid, but it was inside of a creek. So they decided that they want to take photo and document this orchid, right? So we went inside the water, walked through, take pictures, and after that, well, we decided why we don't follow the creek to see what is there, right? Explore the area. So we decided to continue our way all over the creek, heading to Corozalito. We reached to a point that, well, we were like inside a pond now. Well, we start swimming there, going through this area until we reach to an age where we start heading now, well, going on top of mangroves, heading out, going now to direction of Balam. So at one point it was late. Well, the GPS went without battery. We were not prepared at that time that we didn't have let's say headlights. So we were just like, okay, we know that we are just 300 meters away from the boundary, but now it's dark. We are not able to see one to each other inside, right? So at some point we just sit down with the rangers and start thinking how we were going to go out now, because okay, we don't have phones, we don't have light to go out, right? And I had a lighter, but I couldn't use it because at that time it was dry season, and if I start fire, well, the forest will get burned, and we won't do that, right? So we decided to go taking each other, like one holding the elbow of the other person, trying to go out until we finally reach out to the boundary and we start heading out, right? But that experience make us now to take better decisions as well. As soon as we go out in the field, we usually try to take our headlights, always be prepared for anything out in the field. So I think that is really important. Always be prepared.
And aside from that, Rene, it's a very cool story actually. Did you guys learn any lessons itself as a team?
Well, I would say like as a team, of course, because how I mentioned, being prepared out in the field can benefit, let's say, it can benefit anyone. Because let's say if we are out in the field and we don't have a first aid kit with us, if someone get hurt or gets caught there, how will we help this, well, our colleague, right? So we usually now when we go out in the field, we will check our radios, check our first aid kit. If we know, depending on schedule, if we know that we are going that areas where we know that we usually encounter snake, well, we will always be taking our snake guards as well. So I think time to time we are getting more experience, because at the end of the day, every day is a learning experience.
Very true. And not only that, I think that it really allows the team to really connect, to work together as well, and build better relationship amongst you guys. Right? So in terms of you, George, what is your experience in the field? What are some of your maybe your responsibilities as a ranger?
Okay, my responsibilities as a ranger will be carrying our normal patrols. If our patrols have to be day patrol, night patrols, overnight, we have to get prepared for those activities. Other responsibilities are have to make sure that not any illegal activities are going inside the protected area. Plus, at the end of the day, we have to be documenting everything that is going on through our patrol. So at the end, we can provide a report of what is going. So we have a documentation of the all the patrols we have. So for use that information for future reference.
Has the integration of the use of technology helped you guys in any way in incorporating it in the patrolling and enforcement?
Yes, indeed, because all this new technology has made our work in a way easier, more accurate, more effective, and we can do more efficient work when it comes to patrolling, to monitoring, and all the programs we do here in our organization.
That is excellent.
For example, when it comes to technology, now we have trained persons that use drone, and well, I am one of them as well. But now drones are used to cover areas, remote areas, right, that are really hard to access. So now with the drones, we are able to send the drone, map out the area, check if there are not any encroachment within the protected area as well. So this technology really helped us a lot when it comes to new technology.
I know, Rene, that you took a course on fire management training. Tell us how the use of the drone now can assist you with this new knowledge that you have.
Well, what I understand, because usually it can drones can be used when it comes to fire management as well, but they don't recommend using drones. Well, especially if the fire is so high, right? So the drone will be used like to seeing the different type of forests before the fire arrived to the area, right? So in that case, the drone will be we will be able to use it, but they don't recommend using drone close to the fires, right?
Okay. That's good. So you see, your training really came in handy there, Rene.
Yeah.
And how about you, George? I know you, apart from being our botanist, you also love birds. So tell us a little bit more about your experience in birding.
Okay. In boarding, yes, I do. Everyone knows that my passion of board is too much, and I love doing board monitoring. When I start into boarding, this was the first time I went to patrol Shkopen area, and as we arrived, we saw this board in color black and white, but at first we never know which type of bird it was. But when we ID it, it was a black and white hat eagle. It was the first time I saw this bird. It was really amazing, and that is things that we love. Why we have experience in the field and having contact with nature.
That sounds like, so you have had some very cool experiences there, George. So aside from all of these experiences that you guys have had, I mean, so some very good stories that we're getting from Noel, have you had any challenges, anything that really and truly has been very difficult for you to deal with out in the field?
I will say when it comes to challenges, there is a lot. But one of the, let's say, the top challenge that we experience is when it comes to the season, like the dry and the rainy season. Because when it is dry, everything, the forest is dry and everything is fuel. So whenever we have we are exposed to have those wildfires, and that is a big challenge for us. And when it is rainy season, all the areas get flooded, and we have to move from one point to point A to point B, and that are some of the challenges we get in the field.
When it comes to challenges, weather conditions are really put us in as a challenge, right? For example, even for the guys, when it comes to motorcycle, using motorcycle during rainy season, the mud gets stuck in the tires. It becomes risky for the guys as well, right? So I think challenges we do have a lot when it comes to.
I think so too, Renee. I remember one adventure with you guys as well, trying to head through to Cenote, where we got stuck and we were unable to make it. So all of us had to jump out and start pushing, and that still didn't work out well. We still had to walk a few miles to get some help. So yes, I know that you guys face a lot of challenges out in the field, but despite all of the challenges, guys, what would you say is one of the favorite things about this job for you?
Well, I will say the favorite things that I have in this job is that I have contact with nature. I love doing boarding. I love doing tree identification, the botany. So that are parts that I love. And something really important is that I can share the knowledge that I have already gained with the new rangers that are getting in our organization.
That's really cool. I think I would love that as well. How about you, Renee?
Well, my favorite part of the job is being out in the field, exploring new areas. I remember one time George was one of the rangers that find a cave, within the protected area. They arrived to Freshwater Creek, where I was at that time, and as they mentioned that they find a cave, I just decided to go. That I wanted to see what was it, right? So we went back to this area, and as soon as we reached, we decided to go inside, check the cave, how it looks. So just I like exploring new things. I always imagine like finding a new, let's say, Maya mounds or things from our ancestor, right? Inside the forest. Eh, these things are amazing because we won't find it everywhere, right?
That's true, and I agree with that. I think they have a lot of exquisite things that we can find throughout the protected area, and I think it's more fascinating that our job is actually to protect it, to keep it safe for our future generations, so that they can also get the opportunity to see these things as well. So, guys, if anybody is viewing us today that would love to become a ranger, what would be any words of encouragement that you would want to give them?
Well, I will say they have to be motivated, they have to be passionate, they have to learn as much as they can, and they have to feel that love in protecting nature.
What about you, Renee?
I would say that they need to have passion to nature. How Jared mentioned, I think they need always be willing to learn every day, because ranger work is not easy. It's hard working. Where there will be times that we have to work under bad weather conditions. Sometimes our lives will be in risk. So being passionate and willing to be part of this will make these changes, right?
Yeah, so with all the knowledge that you guys gain, I mean, you continue to learn every day. Each day is something different for you guys, right? So with all this, what can you tell us a little bit about your day as a ranger? What would your day typically look like?
A typical day of a ranger would, I will say, is going out in the field, doing our patrols, keeping that everything is okay, that no illegal activities are going inside the protected area, documentation of wildlife. We do a lot of monitoring activities, collecting that data. And of course, we have to continue cleaning our boundaries so people from outside they can know where is the protected area, because sometimes they try to, let's say, place mark that they say, oh, I never know that here is a protected area, but they are just stand beside the boundary and the sign.
Yes, that's very good then, guys. So to wrap up this segment, guys, I really want to say thank you for being here with us today. Um, I would like to know if you have any final message to send to your dear colleagues as well, to other rangers, not only here in Belize but around the world. What would be a message that you would like to send to them?
I will say that rangers are really important when it comes to conservation because they are the first one in the field. They are the always in front of everything, every illegal activity, every patrol, every night patrol, every gathering of data, every monitoring. So let's say to all the rangers in the world to keep up with the good work, and let's say a big up for them.
Thank you, George. How about you, Rene?
I would say giving thanks to all the rangers all along, well, in Belize and other, well, other protected areas as well, right? Because without our dedication, passion for protected areas, these things won't be able to be done. So thanks to all rangers.
A huge thank you to you, our frontliners. Thank you for keeping your motivation, for keeping passionate about being rangers in the field. If you have missed our episodes, we invite you to like our Facebook page, CSFI, and also subscribe to our YouTube channel, CSFI Belize. Guys, a huge thank you for being with us here today. And until next time, we're in it. Let's talk about it.
Voices from the forest, real stories.
Voices from the Forest was brought to you by the Corozal Sustainable Future Initiative and the Direct Nature Aid.